The text came in at 2:17 a.m., Madrid time. Your sister's staying at your place for a few days. We gave her the spare keys. It was from my mom. Casual. Smiley emoji. Like she just told me she watered my plants. I stared at my phone in the dark hotel room, the hum of traffic leaking through the cracked window. My chest tightened, not because they'd given my sister the keys, but because they had no idea that house wasn't mine anymore. And worse, neither did my wife. I'd sold it 2 weeks earlier. I told myself I'd explain when I got back. I told myself it was temporary, that the money would fix things, that secrecy was better than another fight. I told myself a lot of things that night in Madrid, lying awake with the ceiling fan rattling and my heart doing something ugly and fast. That was when the missed calls started. At first, it was just one from my wife, Lena. Then another. Then a message. Why is your sister at our house? Our house. The word stung. I typed back, deleted it, typed again. My parents overstepped. I'll handle it. It was half true. The kind of half-truth that rots from the inside. The next day, between meetings, I noticed Lena had stopped sharing her location. She'd never done that before. When I asked, she said her phone was acting up. When I called, she didn't pick up. When she finally did, her voice sounded careful, like she was choosing each word from a shelf of fragile glass. That night, my sister posted an Instagram story from my living room. My living room. The couch we picked together. The lamp Lena hated but kept because I loved it. My sister's laugh floated in the background, and then, just for a second, Lena's reflection appeared in the TV screen. She was standing too close. I told myself I was imagining it. Jet lag. Paranoia. Guilt has a way of making shadows look like monsters. On the third night, I found the message I wasn't meant to see. It wasn't sent to me. It was forwarded, accidentally, I think, by my sister. A screenshot with no context. Lena's name at the top. I don't know how much longer I can pretend. Being here with you feels too easy. My hands went cold. I read it again. And again. I waited for the part where it made sense. It didn't. I called Lena. Straight to voicemail. I called my sister. She answered on the third ring, breathless. Hey, you're up late. What are you doing with my wife? I asked. My voice didn't sound like mine. Silence stretched. Then she exhaled. It just happened. That phrase. As if betrayal were weather. She told me Lena had been lonely. That I'd been distant. That while I was away, things blurred. She said she hadn't meant for it to go this far. She didn't say sorry. I hung up and sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the floor until the pattern in the carpet burned into my eyes. Memories replayed themselves with new subtitles. Lena insisting I take the Madrid trip. Lena saying my sister needed support. Lena defending my parents when I complained about boundaries. When Lena finally called back, she didn't deny it. She cried. She said she felt invisible. She said I'd made decisions without her. About money, about the house. She said the sale felt like a betrayal. And sleeping with my sister wasn't. I asked. She flinched at that. Real remorse, I think. Or fear of being alone. I told her about the sale then. About the papers signed. About how the house didn't belong to us anymore. The silence on the line was different this time. Hollow, stunned. What happens now? She whispered. I looked out at Madrid waking up. Sunlight spilling into streets that didn't know my name. Now, I said, we stop pretending. I came home a week later. My sister had moved out. Lena had packed a suitcase. The house, felt like a hotel someone else had already checked out of. We didn't scream. We didn't throw things. We sat at the kitchen table and said goodbye like adults who had failed each other in complicated ways. Selling the house didn't fix anything. But it saved me from rebuilding on a foundation that was already cracked. Sometimes betrayal doesn't arrive with a bang. Sometimes it comes with a spare key and a smiley emoji. And sometimes, the hardest part isn't losing what you loved, it's finally seeing it clearly.